It's been a long time. I should have left you without a dope beat. Step two, step two, step two, step two, step two. I'm not doing the scratch sound. Hopefully we can't get sued. I ain't making no money from this. But hopefully this doesn't get with a DMCA. Is that what it's called? I think so. I hope this episode doesn't get hit with that because I said that in the first couple seconds. So it seems like you can't do anything on YouTube. Uh, this is a new episode, by the way, people. Brand new episode. Yes, this is a new episode. I know basically what was said is, well, we didn't even say anything. It wasn't nothing was said just in case this would happen because this is me, a very impulsive person. So one day I might be hot, one day I might be cold, but I'm never in between. You feel me? Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. That's how we gonna start off. All right, we're gonna get sued twice in the beginning of this episode. But no, let's just say it was a break, and then this might be another break. I feel like podcasting to a certain degree needs to be just like music. Like when I feel like creating, let me create, and then when I don't feel like creating, I won't create. That's what it needs to be, just like albums. And I treat this. That's why it's kind of hard to do this weekly because at times I get tapped out about talking about stuff. Very often I get tapped out about talking about stuff, and I'm just like, all right, man, like I don't know, I don't feel like talking about anything. But today I do. Today I definitely do. So that's why I'm here. And this was improv too, by the way. This was like last night. Like Davis definitely knows this is happening just because I decided, all right, let me record something again because of impulse. That this is just me. I'm starting to realize I might have an issue because I'll just be like, all right, let me go just do this. And it's not like, I don't do it out of spite or I don't do it for crazy reasons. I legit just be like, all right, cool. Let me just go ahead and just record something. Let me do this. It's always when it comes to work, that's when it's always like I'm consistent, but at the same time, it's like, all right, let me just do this. So we didn't say anything because of me. And it don't matter because y'all getting some material. All the subscribers here. By now, y'all definitely aren't bots because it's too many. The numbers are pretty high, and it's no bots. So, thank you all for still being here as well. It's been a couple of months. Again, it's been a long time. Shouldn't have left y'all. At the same time, uh, I don't even know if you could call it a break. I ain't gonna do the long introduction like that. I'm not gonna bore y'all. I just know that I'm glad it's best to not say anything because it says something always. Because if you just leave a book, this is about to be one of those LLC type conversations. But if you leave the book unwritten, you could write your own knowledge in there, and you can write your own passageways as well because nobody could write the book of life better than you. Shut up. But this is one of those things. Hopefully y'all can't hear my neighbors, man. Shouts out to the Mexicans. They going dummy across the street. They've been going crazy since last night. I don't think I could say going crazy. Is it mental health month yet? No, it's the other month. Shouts out to the rainbows too. Uh, the mentals and the rainbows. But no, again, I just decided just to do this impromptu. I got a lot on my mind. You already know if you're here. Again, thank you for being here. If you unsubscribed and then you came back like, oh, it's a new episode. Yes, this is a new episode. This is a June 2023 episode. By the time this comes out, it'll still be relevant to what's going on. But I hope everybody else is good. Hope everybody else has been fine. For the most part, everybody I know personally or subscribe, and they haven't said anything lately. But again, people pretty much know me. They know how I get down. Sometimes I just be like, I'm done. I'm tired. I can never be done. I can never quit anything. which leads to the downfall of men because of pride and just in stuff in general. But legit, I just decided, hey man, we're not gonna say anything in case Banks decides to be Banks again. Because the thing is, there's no such thing as breaks with me. All right, I ain't allowed to take breaks. Despite not doing this show, if anybody knows me, you see I consistently put out stuff every single week, and I have been since maybe May of 2021. I feel like even in the week of May 2021, I still put something out. I legit got to go back. I got to go through my phone and look at the photos and see what was going on. I know what I was doing personally, because boy, that was a good week. I'll just say that. I miss 2021. I miss 2020 as well. But apparently, per se, Kanye West, who isn't gonna like the movie I'm gonna talk about later on, you shouldn't live in the past because past is ego, which is crazy. So I might be ego from the Guardians. I might be Star Lord's pops because yeah, I don't live in the past as far as my actions, but I think about the past often. It's my comfort space. I think about 2020, 2021 when we had a lot of money and I didn't have to work and use my legs as often as I do to work. Pause if need be. So I go back and think about it. But regardless, I digress. It's just the fact of, yeah, I don't think I've slowed down with content in years. I'm starting to think, yeah, I don't think even during that May week of 2021, I didn't take a break. So, even though I haven't been doing the show, anybody that knows me knows I consistently been doing something every single week on some type of podcast, whether it be Random Acts, a bonus episode, Struggle for Success, an episode to be out by the time this is out. It's my vocals, my uncle vocals are somewhere imprinted there on the episode. So I've been consistently going for years, so I don't take breaks. And outside of podcasting, I definitely don't take breaks. So there's no such thing as a break. We got to keep going because once you take a break, people forget you. And I thought people would unsubscribe to this podcast, but apparently not. So that might be a sign from the creator or the universe or whoever. You feel me? Uh, what else? So you know the usual. The usual is going to be talked about here. I'm thinking I want to talk about the sports, being Nikola Jokic. You know what I mean? Who's killing it right now? What's the best way of saying it? I was about to say the big cracker, the big fundamental cracker. You know, I don't know. I might talk about it. Let's see. But definitely, I know that I'm going to talk about the usual. The usual being the movies. So I will say this: I have yet to watch. I don't know why I did that accent. I have yet to watch Spider-Man. Is it Into the Spider Verse? Across the Spider Verse. There we go. Across the Spider Verse. I have yet to watch it yet, but I've seen the reviews and it's been getting perfect reviews. Yet to watch it, yo. Like I've seen perfection. I've seen people saying it's the greatest Spider-Man movie ever. I've seen this, and yo, legit, I plan on going to see it, but it's called time. And this is the thing. This is how I know I'm getting older too, because my relax, quote unquote, relax time, even though I don't get a chance to relax, is I could watch some sports. So getting up and going to the movies is a task, which is going to lead to the movies that's coming out for the rest of the month. You know, if we don't have a chance to talk about them, uh, and those movies, it's just like, all right, yeah, the bootleg man gonna see me. I'm gonna say how I'm watching Spider Man because I don't want to incriminate myself, but it will be watched regardless. It's just oh, the game on, the Angels playing, the Yankees versus the Dodgers is playing. Even though I hate the Dodgers, they're playing. So I'm always gonna put sports before anything. The finals are on, so while I didn't see Spider Man across the Spider Verse, I did in fact go back and watch the Spider Man show from '94. I went back and watched that first season. So anybody that's familiar with it, you've seen the first season, which is that show. And I saw a YouTube video where they actually said which is spot on. I'll say that. That's the first Marvel universe, so to speak, because they had all the characters mixed in. Like when you get to the last season, you got the Fantastic Four. I can't remember distinctly all the other characters, but you had everybody mixed into one during that time, and it's like, oh, okay, that really is the first Spider Verse. Actually, the whole Marvel verse, and then you got the Spider Verse as well, where you have all the different the armor spider and the variations of that, which are more than likely in across the Spider Verse. So I did in fact go back and watch that. I didn't see every single episode, of course, from '94, but I went back enough where it was like, all right, I just really wanted to watch the Venom episodes, just because. Also, I mean, obviously the movie was announced, so I'll say that, or the game. The game wasn't announced, but they actually showed like gameplay footage of it. So I was like, all right, let me go back and just watch it, just because I'm getting ready for that. And Sony and all the Sony users, I wasn't familiar with your game. I apologize. I was talking about being pro Xbox. Nah, bro. Starfield ain't good enough. And then I'm about to get a Steam Deck anyway, so I can play it on that. So I never need to have an Xbox again, just because the games that they have mostly are third party to begin with. So Starfield, yes, that is a selling point for the Xbox console, but it's also on PC and Steam. So yeah, I just get on the Steam Deck. So which is my number one purchase right now. Besides a new car, I need a Steam Deck. Need both, but definitely need a Steam Deck. So I'll get it on that. But yeah, Sony won. So plan on getting a PS5 just to play that because it looks amazing. Can't even lie. Or somehow remote play, use somebody else's PS5. That's a whole geek thing that you could do with Steam Deck on there. But I digress. Yeah, so I went back and watched that because I wanted to see, that, and then I shouldn't have went and watched those Spider-Man from the multiverses episode mainly because I know they had Madam Web, which is the Spider Woman movie coming out, if I'm not mistaken. That's coming out. We should get a Gwen Stacy movie, but a Gwen Spider movie, but that should come. But knowing Sony, they'll figure out a way to do it just to squeeze the life out of it, especially because this is getting perfected reviews. Uh, this is getting perfected reviews, and then of course the next one they got to top that next year. So, and that comes out March. The final Spider Verse, whatever the name is, but still, to go from this being perfect to the next one, it's like, how do you top that? And if they don't, it's understandable. It's kind of like the Infinity War thing. Like, all right, if you don't top it, that's fine. Just because Endgame wasn't that good up until like the last 30 minutes or so, and it's fine. It's the same way I feel about No Way Home, which me and Davis talked about on here. After a while, it's just like, all right, bro, just get me to that hour mark when all the Spider-Man or both of the Spider-Man show up and they go to war. That's good enough for me. So with the show, I just went back and watched that. But I went back and said, all right, it went from that to let me see it in live action. And guess what I watched, ladies and gentlemen? The 2007's Spider-Man 3, the Sam Raimi trilogy. Yes, I went back. And boy, thank God they didn't make the fourth one. So the fourth one was supposed to, if anybody remembers, it was supposed to have Vulture involved. And then finally, Dr. Connors becomes a lizard. So how you make that interesting, I have no clue. There's no way that would have worked out after you had a horrible third ending, which was Spider-Man 3. Dude, that movie is horrible. I tried to give it the benefit of a doubt for years, but that movie is horrible. Also, I had the video game too. This is, I don't think, no, I didn't have it at that point. I had it on 360 though, and I bought the retail version. The game is better than the movie, and the game was bad. And then again, after that, they made Web of Shadow, or actually Shattered Dimensions, which you should, anybody that's listening to this, go back and play that, because that the Spider Verse thing as well, where you play as a symbiote spider, Spider-Man 2099, no Noir, and then the regular Spider-Man. That game is great. Something I got to get on the Steam Deck because of emulations. And yeah, Web of Shadows was cool because you could simultaneously change from the symbiote to the regular spider. Apparently, you can do that in the new game coming out as well. So, or I don't think they said that. I think you could change between Peter and Miles on the fly. So, yeah, I definitely got to get the PS5 just for that. So Spider-Man 3, going back to that piece of crap. So went back and watched it, and dude, it just felt more so like a rom com. By the way, Mary Jane, she for the streets. It was just like, dude, your insecurity, and I don't want to sound like 50-50 split talk, but I'm saying this is what happened in the movie. Maybe Mary Jane and Peter started 50-50 split talk. You feel me? Because that whole time, give me 1 second. Gotta write down notes. I say that often. That whole movie, he trying to, you know what I mean? He gassing her up saying, you doing good. She couldn't sing. We know that. But at the same time, he was still trying to gas her up. But then she started hating. And then you know it was hating because she started off saying, you're such a dweeb. Like, I'm telling you about the acoustics. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I know science. I'm doing something to change the world besides being a superhero. You just sing it. You sing an opera. You ain't Frank Costello. I don't even know if that's a real opera singer, but you ain't him. What the kids say on Twitter, you ain't him. He think he him. Blood think he him. He ain't her. So he trying to gas you up being Peter, and the whole time you just mad at him. Like, shorty, I'm trying to help you. We got to get to another level, and then another level after that. But all right, cool. So it went from that to him trying to figure out his ways. Obviously, if you, this not a spoiler, like, you don't watch that movie. And if you you've had to watch that movie. Anybody that's listening to this around my age, even a little bit younger, I believe they're on Disney Plus anyway. Just go back and watch it just to see how bad it is. So I went back and watched it because I haven't seen it. I want to say I haven't seen Spider-Man 3 since probably 2013, somewhere around that. 2015 at the earliest. It's been a long time. So I went back and watched it, and from beginning to end, it just got bad. Like, Harry still thinking that he bodied his pops when his pops actually bodied himself, and he carried that burden out throughout the whole movie until he got CTE. So if you remember the whole scene where they were going across the buildings and Harry being the fake hobgoblin, even though he wasn't officially the hobgoblin. The hobgoblin is somebody totally different anyway in the comics. But he tried to buy him, throwing the bombs and all that. And then, you know what I mean, Peter got him and hit him with the tightrope and pause. And then bruh just clanked his head off. And that was it. I would have left him at that point, like, all right, bruh, we ain't buddies, we ain't partners, and we damn sure ain't friends. Because at that point, you keep on trying to body me for something I keep trying to tell you. Like, bro, you ain't even like your pops like that. You ain't even like, what's his pop's name? I can't even think of Norman. You ain't even like Norman like that. So how you get mad at me? I did the job for you since you wasn't on the job. And you know the white boys be killing their parents, so he probably was gonna be like, I'm gonna kill Norman. I'm gonna kill my man. I'm surprised he didn't try to do that. Bro basically was telling him, like, hey man, Peter, you the son I always wanted. Harry don't be doing that. He's just wasting all my money. Essentially, it was just Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon. Same type of thing. You know what I mean? They both got the gas, just different type of gas. I'm talking about, you know what I mean, not the one that come out your butt, but the one that you put in your arm. That gas you up. New loud pack in the air, so gas them up. Then steroids hitting you up, so gas you up. So it was the whole thing of that. So he kind of did the favor for you, and he was mad about it. But anyhow, you go from that to him being in like a day coma, which can happen. But hitting your head that essentially, nah, bro, he shouldn't have been gone, bro. He should be eating Jello pudding through a straw at this point, long term. I mean, obviously before he get up out of here. So a spoiler warning, even though I kind of spoiled it a little bit, more spoiler warnings. But again, don't watch this movie. It went from that to all right, he finding out that Mark Flint, Marco Flint is his uncle's actual killer, being the Sandman. So it went from that to that, and not the dude that he killed that went through the window. By the way, he went through the window because dude tripped and he didn't even try to save him. So he kind of committed a murder in the sense, even though he didn't physically. Well, he did. He grabbed him up and then dude went out. So yeah, that's definitely murder because you still put your hands on him and then he died, even if you didn't physically do that to him. The action, still, that's murder, bro. Because he wouldn't have did it unless you put your hands on him. What about my uncle? Did he deserve it or whatever he said? But it goes. Actually, I'm skipping a step. And then he's at the parade. This is how you know. Sometimes women be your biggest hater. Sometimes your parents or women be your biggest hater, and vice versa. Women, sometimes your man might be your biggest hater. Mind you, he was trying to marry her. Like he was gonna wife her up officially and all that, even though she from the streets. Like think about the first movie. She was with. Was she with? Wasn't Eddie Brock in the first movie? Because Joe Dimaggio played him. I need to go back and look at that. Anyway, she was with him. Then you know what I mean. She was going through her little experiences. It seemed like you feel me. I'm saying that like she what's the name from Forrest Gump before she finally got with Forrest. Like dang man, I'm down and out. Let me go ahead and get with Forrest. Just wait y'all turn, Kings. Eventually she gonna be down and out. She gonna come see you. Anyhow, he started hating because he got what I ain't the milkman, but pressure. You feel me? Bryce Dallas Howard, Gwen Stacy. You feel me? Hey, take the picture. I'm about to kiss you real quick. They took the picture like, bro, it's a work. We gotta get this angle over to show I'm that dude. You feel me? The city loved me. She was hating because the city loved him before he even kissed the old girl. Like you don't have time for me. What I'm trying to say, the city, what you want? They said that a hero could save us. I'm the hero. What are you doing? You singing. You doing karaoke. So, again, they be your biggest hater. And then it went from that to him going through it and working out. He about to propose to her. Then she started hating. So he said, forget it. He about to go save the city. He worn out from finding out the news. So I did skip a couple steps. But, I feel like I'm doing a better job than what y'all see on screen. So he went from that to then, I don't even want to go save the city. You know what? I'm tired, man. Nobody appreciate me. I'm just gonna sit here in the bed with this dirty outfit he probably ain't even wash. That's been through everything. Got sand on it. He done swung on the side of New York buildings that ain't been clean since the 1930s. It's been through all type of weather conditions. And he just like, all right, I'm about to lay in this bed, bro. Yo, anybody that does that, I don't care if you in a Spiderman suit, a Batman suit. I don't care if you in a regular suit, a Ford suit, Tom Ford suit. I don't care if you in your bathing suit. If you didn't wash your ass and you get in the bed, you a nasty individual, bro. Don't wear your outside clothes on your bed, bro. I don't even like wearing them on my couch. I'll switch it out. Go take a shower, then get in there, bro. If you've been sitting like on park benches and all that type of stuff, like, bro, go switch it out. All right. So he lay in the bed. The symbiote, obviously, the symbiote got attached to the little scooter that he got. Like, bro, he still got that scooter. That should be raggedy. You better off just walking, big fella, than being on that scooter. So the symbiote got on that scooter just because they put the two beige brothers together. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching NXT Rampage as I'm recording this. And you see how it was effortly flowing? See? Yeah. Action Andretti is definitely Dominican. I can just prove it by the colors. He got a Sprite color outfit on. He might be Jamaican. Sean Paul Jamaican. But going back, so the symbiote got on a little scooter when they was at the park, him and Mary Jane. That's when she wasn't hating. The symbiote got on the little plate. Then he got to the crib. He didn't check symbiote at the bottom. You feel me? The bottom of the desk. He laid up in bed. The symbiote get on him. You know what happens after that. If you seen the movie, he black out literally. No, not literally, kind of, because he don't know who he is. Like that symbiote hit him quick. Like that symbiote got that instant type of steroids in him, because it hit him fast. He like it's go time, bro. Like hold on, bro. You gotta ease your way into it. It make you mad later on. But then he, you know, what I mean, he black out. He beat up Marco Flint. He beat up Sandman. Sandman become, you know, what I mean, he just become Goo Punch in the sewers. And then after that, he just like, all right, bet. Connors told him don't wear the suit. But then he started wearing the suit when Mary Jane started tripping. So again, it's her fault. Started wearing the suit. That's when he started doing the emo look. He started looking like the kids from South Park. They'd be like, life is pain. Then he started doing the weird dances. All the while, it's kind of crazy. I don't remember if they brought this up in No Way Home, but be doing all that and then to get to where we at now, yeah. That show Curtain Call, that's the go home movie before No Way Home is kind of crazy. But hey man, check a check. Working actor. He ain't worked that much after that. I wouldn't either. You paid after those three movies. What's the movie he did with the black and white color? Somethingville in 1999. I forgot. But yeah, after you do that, I feel like he did a horse movie in between Spider-Man 2 and 3 as well. Seabiscuit. I think he did do Seabiscuit. That probably was before. Anyhow, so then he get the symbiote, start tweaking. And then he like, hey Gwen, let's pull up. You know what I mean? I got a new attitude. I got the little, you know, I got a little perm in my head now. Let's pull up at this restaurant where my old work was is singing now. She unemployed. She got fired. So we're gonna pull up to this Applebee's where she do karaoke at, cause she's still trying to make it as an actor. Nah, baby, by this time, yeah, it's time to go ahead and get you a job. I ain't gonna say that stupid ass CDL joke, cause back then, yeah, they wasn't doing that. I hate Amp for starting that CDL joke, but I mean, he creative and then people just ran with it. But like I said, anytime you do a CDL joke or a China joke, I'm gonna block you off rip if I don't know you. So yeah, he started. You know what I mean? He got on stage. He up here with the saxophone, going stupid with the saxophone. She started hating again. Gwen up here like, I don't think this is appropriate. You wilding on your ex. You feel me? I feel like Future will have a song about this. And then she tried to run up on stage because he going off on people. She trying to tell him to, you know, see straight. And he pushed her down. And then she get that white woman look like, oh, can't believe this. And then that's what hit him. Everybody like, what got into you, Peter? Dang, bro, y'all was punking me out, but now you know what I mean? I got a little bit of juice. And it's like, I'm the bad guy. Okay. So it went from him tripping out, then he went to the church. By the way, I might try to talk about some other stuff. I am though. I just felt like talking about this movie because it's that bad. I have to break it down in my way. Then he went to the church because you know it doesn't the symbiote doesn't do well with sound. Eddie Brock, who I ain't even talk about, Topher Grace, the dude from Black Klansman who was putting up 80 in that movie for a reason, because I think he really believed in that. Eric from man, that 70s show, one of my favorite shows ever. They picked him to be Eddie Brock. Like, nah, dog, he 5'5", 130 pounds, bro. And then essentially when he get the suit, because it started dripping down on him, pause. After it dripped from Peter Parker to Eddie Brock, the black oil started dripping down on him. This is not appropriate how I'm saying this, but anyhow, it started dripping down on him, and I'm gonna just say it again. I got to use a better verbiage. Then he got it, but when Eddie Brock, this pencil neck geek, when he becomes Venom, he just weak. It's essentially him just being, I'm about to say Tom and Jerry, something like it. Just being Jim Carrey. That's all it is. He cracking jokes. He take the mask off all the time. He just got messed up teeth. Like, bro, that don't qualify you to be evil because you got messed up teeth. There's a lot of people with bad teeth. They ain't evil. They just don't have no Obamacare. because Obama don't care. Def Comedy Jam type joke. But he get the suit. You feel me? Him and the Sandman decide, hey, we just gonna body, bro. I know who he is. We gonna body him real quick. We gonna get old girl. We gonna put her on the roof in a car on some webs. He gonna come through. They jump him. But before that, he asked Harry because his face is blowing off because him and Peter got into it. That was the best scene when they got into a little scuffle in the apartment, but still, or I don't even know what that's an apartment, whatever type of. It ain't even. It's a house in the middle of Manhattan, bro. That's at least 100 million. But they get into it in the Osborne house. You feel me? They run a fade. They got the little gadgets out. He threw the bomb, being Peter back at him. Pause. And it exploded on him. Pause. And then, you know what I mean? Again, he's straight. But his face is like half Laffy Taffy. So he can't see out of one eye. But then, Peter, after he get his mind back, he's just like, hey, bro, I need you. I need to save her. And Harry like, man, go save your own bitch. I done had it already. I tried to get it again. She wasn't going. He like, all right, for sure. I'm about to go do it. He go do it. And after he do it, he get beat up. Like Sandman hitting him with the hammer, pause, the sand hammer, pause. And then that's when Osborn show up. I'm trying to make it make sense though. So fire worked on the sand. I ain't even know you could burn sand. I ain't no chemistry major. A bomb worked on him. But it's like, all right, bro, I don't know how this works. But he regenerates. Uh, Sand does just move. I don't know if you could obliterate it like that, but all right. Even if you put water on it, when it dry up, you could sculpt it. You can move it back. But yeah, I don't know. I need to learn chemistry and physics. We need to teach more of that instead of being podcasters. What these dweebs always say on Twitter, we need less black podcasters. We need plumbers. Shut up. They talk about stuff like me and others, then they can do it because we're entertaining. Especially you that's listening to this. You gotta know I'm entertaining. I'm 32 minutes and 20 seconds into this and y'all listening still. If you still listen to this, you different. I appreciate you though. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. So after that, they got into it with Venom, and y'all know the ending. The go home finishes. Marcus Straight. Did he show up in the next movie? He shows up in No Way Home too, which was fire. Everybody shows up. I mean, because Disney got the paper, you gonna show up. Called working actor. And he just withers away at the end. Uh, yeah, because they didn't explain that in No Way Home. I don't think like, bruh. I think he said he died too. No, you just disappeared, bruh. I don't remember that. I don't even think they talk about his daughter in the No Way Home. Maybe I need to go back and watch it. Like I said, I watched a little bit. I was like, all right, turn this off because this is not a good movie. Other than that hour mark when they all meet up and fight. But then you got, Harry, he up out of here. He the last of the Mohegans, the Osborn, the old man got the credit to himself. He needed to just throw him old freak parties or whatever he gonna do. He got the credit to himself. And then Venom up out of here because the bomb got thrown at him and he obliterated. And then at the end of the movie, you see Peter and Mary J hugged up like, damn, bro, I was tripping. He was tripping, not her. So it's like, all right, no accountability here. But that's Spider-Man 3. Don't watch it, bro. If you do watch it, that's on you, man. That's on you. Like I said, I was watching AEW too. I'll talk about it briefly because this won't be heavy segmented with wrestling talk. Probably not, but I will say AEW has not been good this year. And I'm not one of those people that aspire to get a paycheck from WWE or anybody. Not even a paycheck. I definitely aspire to get a paycheck from anybody. Hey, whoever gonna pay me for working, yeah, go ahead. It could be ICP, Insane Clown Posse. If they pay me, I'll take the check. I'm saying it in such the sense of I'm not one of these people out here that like, oh, I inspire to be in WWE just because I'm Dick Wright. They don't want to. They don't even think about check. That's the problem with these IWC marks. They don't aspire to get paid. They just want to be part of it. To be like, I work for WWE. Who gives a fuck? Or is they paying me? I'm not over here. That's like working at Amazon. Like, man, I work for the biggest corporation in the world just because. Nah, bro, you're going to pay me. They need to be paying $100 an hour. It wouldn't even hit a cent of what they make, and they don't pay taxes. But this ain't the political podcast. But what, we're 6 months into this year. AEW has not been good, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like WWE has been great, but damn, WrestleMania both nights was phenomenal. That's still pay-per-view of the year thus far. So they've had some bright spots. They pay-per-views and low-key been hitting all year. They pay-per-views have been good or great, not bad. Like Crown Jewel was pretty good for what it's worth. So they have some bright spots. And again, WrestleMania might be pay-per-view of the year so far, both nights, especially one. Uh, but AEW, it's what others are saying. Like, what are they doing? They're not giving a lot of people ring time, and the booking is just, all right, bro, you figure it out. Which I understand, but a lot of these people come from indie working. So how are they supposed to get an angle over without writers or somebody giving them a sense of what they need to do? Damn, Zack Sabre Reed's good, bro. Modern day Dean Malenko. But I say all that to say it hasn't been that good. We're in bright spots. Like, this is a good AEW Rampage. So I'm not gonna sit up here and do like others, just say it's just all trash. It hasn't been good, but it hasn't been trash, and there are two distinct differences. Now, the only thing I can say about WWE that's been trash, I mean, obviously, then how they do their women's division, which I can go on and on. I'm not, the wrestling podcast for that. You can see tons of other people that can give you better insight. I'm just giving you my perspective because, for the most part, no disrespect, I've been watching real sports more than anything since April. Since the playoffs started, I'm like, dog, I'm tapping into the playoffs. I know what be going on. I know what be going on. I know what goes on, but I'm just not in tune with it as much as everybody else. Like, I'll watch when it's in spurts. Like right now we in the finals, so it's like, all right, I can sit down and watch it. I don't need to, and then baseball comes on. And then I'll be recording today, but I can sit and watch stuff without actually, having to be focused on wrestling. Cause usually for me, wrestling I start watching full time again during the summer, besides baseball and the WNBA. Like once basketball go off, it's like, all right, cool, I'm tapped in now. Basketball, this probably gonna be a 4-game series between the Heat and the Nuggets. So basketball will probably be over within a week. As of this recording, it'll be over in a week. So then I'll definitely have time to go watch movies. Because again, like I said earlier, let's get to that. Uh, I haven't watched Spider-Verse yet. Sometime this week, I definitely want to watch it to see what the hype is about. Because I believe it. Because the first one, Into the Spider-Verse, is amazing. Like, that's one of the greatest movies ever. I could watch that on mute and still watch it. Apparently, the new one is just like that. It's like an art piece. Like, every shot matters. So I'll be watching this week, especially because Transformers Beast Wars is coming out as of this week of the recording, and I've heard that's great. Like, a lot of people have been saying that's pretty good. Then after that, Flash comes out, and they've been saying since they shot that movie like 5 years ago, all the test screenings are always coming out positive. They're saying it's great, so that comes out the following week, and then what comes out the week after that? I just had it, can't think of it, but that's still good enough. And then for the kids, the women, anybody in general who likes it, The Little Mermaid, that's out right now. That's killing. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 still might be movie of the year for me. I mean, I like Ant-Man, To the Quantum Realm. Another movie I'll talk about for a second that I said Kanye will definitely be mad about me talking about, which is Sisu. I don't know what that translate in whatever language it's in, but it's basically John Wick killing Nazis. But it's way in John Wick 4. I got to go back and actually watch because when I first watched, I was like, all right, man, it's cool, but let's end it now. Apparently, they come up with a fifth one. It's like, all right, bro, who gonna write it? Everybody on writer strike, but Hollywood, man, this is why they falling because they keep coming up with the same stuff. Like it's nothing, bro. But that's a whole different conversation on its own. But uh, yeah. So those movies come out, and then Sisu, like I said, definitely tap into that. Like, dude, it's John Wick with Nazis. Like, dude, going dummy from the beginning. He's just like, all right, he looking for oil, if I'm not mistaken, or gold, and they keep messing with him. And he in the middle. I'm not gonna give it away, but he in the middle of something where you step and you going boom boom, and he still get it cracking. So I definitely recommend everybody watch that. But Guardians of the Galaxy 3 might be my movie of the year. By far, it might be my movie of the year. Like, dude, that movie is beautiful. I've watched it 3 times already. I could watch it again right now. Like it might become one of my favorite movies ever. But that movie is great. I have nothing bad to say about it. So if Cross the Spider Verse is just as good as it, I'll be watching it. So and it's gonna be hard to be Guardians 3. It's a couple other things. I mean, Mission Impossible obviously comes out next month, but for this month alone, it's crowded. So I need to go ahead and get that AMC pass because again, once the finals is over, yeah, I'll be tapped into all the movies. So and I'll be seeing every movie that's coming out the rest of this month, as far as the blockbusters. I forgot what comes out after the Flash, but definitely got to see the Flash just off rip. Yeah. But he need to get. Never mind, I can't say that. But he need to get his ass beat. But otherwise than that, I'll be tapped in. I know I did say I was gonna talk about NBA talk. I'll leave that. I'll wait to after the finals to give my Nikola uh, opinion. I will say most people don't know nothing about basketball, including ESPN. Like they don't know shit about basketball. Like I saw something that was said last week. If Jimmy Butler wins the title, is he the best player in the league? It's like, dog, is it Uchi Wale or one Mike? 1 hour is one day he's Muslim, next day he's Christian. Look, you confused, fam. Like one day they say Giannis is the best player. One day it's Joe Embiid. One day it's Nikola. Now if Jimmy Butler win the title, which ain't gonna happen. Not that I don't want it to happen because yeah, he proved himself. It's just like, dude, he's not gonna be the best player. It's a 6'7", 6 foot. I'm sorry, 11 Serbian who out here making Magic Johnson passes with a high basketball IQ. They do this with all white players. They try to compare him to Magic. I mean to Larry. Nah, he's a good shooter, but he's not as great shooter as Larry as far as the scorer goes. And Larry only averaged I think 4.5 assists, but still he averaged like 11 rebounds, which is crazy. But he was just more, and he was more defensive when it came to the other end of the ball. Pause. Whereas Nikola, he could play defense just because he a big dude, but it's pause. But it's not the same. But he definitely is Magic Johnson esque, just without the athleticism. Athleticism. The way he gets the ball to the players, pause. I gotta stop saying pause. I gotta stop being immature. But hey, man, the way he gets the ball to the players wherever they at. You know what I mean? It could be 3 point line. He knows everybody exactly where they need to be. It's kind of like LeBron. It's like a high IQ LeBron. Well, LeBron is extremely high IQ, but it's just like LeBron. Like these high IQ players are great passers for a reason. Like the Jason Kidds, the Magics, etc. They know exactly where you need to be in order to score. And Jamal Murray right there. And that's the player I forgot to mention with Amp yesterday. Gary Harris. They used to be there. The dude that looked like Jamal Murray, the other light skinned dude. I think his name is Gary Harris. It had to be. Uh, but yeah, they just when they win, it's kind of like what I told shouts out to Antonio if you listening. It's told them like when I told them with the Lakers when they went against them. It's like I told them within 5 minutes of game one for the conference finals against the Lakers. I said, dog, they not winning. Like I hate the Lakers, but I'm a realist at the same time. I'm not gonna bury them because they won. Like, they went above and beyond the season. They was like the 11th uh seed in like January until they picked up the other players. So for them to make it to the conference finals, they over exceeded expectations. Pay Austin Reeves too. They got to pay that hillbilly mamba as they call him, which is hilarious. Not pay him. You can't teach hard work. It's a lot of people that's talented, but they don't work hard. That kid is cold. You got to pay him. Him and Rory Hachimura. Uh, Besides that, yeah, pay them. And with the Nuggets, like I said, they just top to bottom, just cold. Like, you know, KCP, who won the title with the Lakers in 2020, he plays defense. He shoots. You got Jamal Murray, who shoots. He can get to the rim. Pause. All right, that's the last time. You got Aaron Gordon, who could shoot and get to the rim as well. Everybody's tall. Like, I think Jamal Murray is like 6'4". Everybody else is above that. Yeah, they got it. So I expect this to be a sweep. And because the Heat are tired and they can't play in that altitude tired, yeah, that's it. I'm going with, I'm going to sweep with the Nuggets. If the Heat somehow pull this off, which I doubt it happened, I'll be extremely surprised. But we see miracles every now and then, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Uh, I agree. I'll just say this: I agree with Mick Foley, man. Fuck Hulk Hogan. He didn't say that. He was polite about it, but I've never seen. And Mick Foley is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He in my top 5, but I've never seen him heated. He said, "Bro, if he had half the work ethic as me, he, it was like laying to a pillow and stuff." And the funny thing is, I think on the Wrestling Classic, shouts out to them, Stone Cold liked that video as well. Like, bro, nobody like Hulk Hogan. You think black people don't like him because he's racist. Bro, nobody just likes him. It's historically known. Like, I could have an hour, and I feel like I did this past year, or I was about to, which I could save, about how bad Hulk Hogan is, yo. Like, nobody likes him. He's a habitual liar, line stepper, liar, whatever. Nobody likes him. So I don't need to get in depth about that. Just, yeah, nobody likes him. That's it though. That's all I got for this week. Might be back next week. Might not be. Like I said, this was spur of the moment. This was impulse, as I do very well. Just feel like talking. Uh, but knowing me, I'll be consistent with something. So tap in if you follow the socials. Being, I got to do this. I used to hate doing the socials, but now things have changed. What a difference a day make. So pardon the banks, PARDONTHEBANKS on all social media platforms. We're gonna do it like that. Davis probably be back on the next episode. We'll see. Like I said, he don't care. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. He just like, what I mean, just go ahead and record Banks. That's what I mean by he don't care. He just like probably just go record because we never really said the show was done. We just like, all right, let's just do it. I just felt like doing it just because I have so much on my mind. I was like, man, let me just record. And recording by myself is so easy. But I will say we have talked about, doing the show, and we'll see what happens. If not, that's my brother. I don't need, again, like I tell Amp and others, I don't need a podcast to talk to y'all. We could talk on the phone or in person and kick it just like we do anyway. So this is an impulse. Just want to feed the people, feel like recording. So until next time, tap in.